of celebration. Antonio Conte, well, he doesn't celebrate in small measures, does he? It's a bright, beaming smile from him. And for every reason, Damien, because second half especially, they dismantled a very good Shakhtar team.
Yeah, look, we noted at half-time the Shakhtar were going to have to change something up, and they did, and they went to press Inter, and Inter just took them to the cleaners. They were fantastic. And Conte's game plan really is what made this game for Inter. What he put together before the game, you could see it unfolding in front of your eyes, and he'll be delighted. And that's what you get with a top-level coach, a guy that's as bright and as intelligent as he is. You know, he picks ways to win games of football, and I thought he was outstanding tonight.
He's a winner now, isn't he? And he's got this record. First season in every job, he always wins a trophy. Europa League, do you now see them as, on that performance, are they favourites to beat Sevilla?
Yeah, clear favourites when you think of all the chances that Sevilla coughed up to Manchester United as well, 25, 26 chances. So that would tell you that there'll be gaps. And the form, I would have said Lukaku's in was one thing, but Martinez tonight was sensational. So the two of them together, brilliant. I think that's 57 goals between them this season. That's incredible stuff.
With a game to go.
With a game to go, they could hit the 60. Yeah. I would say they're strong favourites now.
Yeah, right. Let's have a little look back through the goals, because Niall mentioned Lautaro Martinez. Yeah. Just the determination, Damien. He was winning that header no matter what. It was a great cross, but the determination for the header. Yeah,
if you look at the top of the screen here, his starting position, the right back actually gets in a good position here, and Barodic's out a fabulous cross, but his appetite to sprint inside the right back there is what gets him this goal. You can say that he was caught on his heels, right back, but his hunger and his appetite to get in there and stick his head on it to put his team 1-0 in front was fantastic.
When we watched this live at the time, you said in the studio, you said that was their team talk right there. What do you mean by that?
Winning the ball up the pitch. So when they go that full press, they know that they want to keep the ball away from the Brazilians at the top end of the pitch. So they went full press, and hopefully they might win it back off the Ukrainian players who were being too disrespectful to them. But they knew that they'd have a chance of winning it back off them, and they probably knew from their home that the goalkeeper was a potential weak link, and they knew that once you win it, just go for the juggler.
And now we know Lukaku's the spearhead, if you like, but the system allows that. The crosses can come in, and Martinez can be a spearhead himself.
Yeah, well, if the two of them play up top, it suits both players really well, and I thought once that ball went out wide and Barella done very well to get it out there, the two of them knew it was coming in. They didn't have to put their hand up and call for it. The two of them were making a run, and Martinez proved to be the best one. Wonderful ball in from Barella. That's the type of inviting ball that all strikers would like. But other teams in Europe we've seen all week pull back, knock it out across the box, try and find the perfect goal, but that was different, that was direct, and I jumped out of my seat anyway. I haven't seen a first-time cross like that for a long time.
Meat and drink for Niall Quinn. So, half-time, it's only 1-0 up despite the dominance of Inter, and Shakhtar, Damien, came out, they gave it a go. Those early minutes at the start of the second half, we thought, hold on, we've got ourselves a game here.
Well, they needed to change something. The coach would have said, let's go on a high press here and try and kind of upset or ruffle their feathers a little bit, you know. So you can see here they send 4.5 in, and the goalkeeper here has fantastic composure. But this is Inter's ability. You know,
it really works.
They do get a bit fortuitous here, and there's a potential of a handball. But this is what you get with Romelu Lukaku when you go full press. You leave him 1v1 with centre backs with green grass, and he is a nightmare. I don't personally think this is a handball, but once they come out, you know, they leave him isolated, and he will make life difficult for any centre-back in world football.
Don't you see what the big difference tonight was? When Inter pressed and they had to go long, Shakhtar couldn't find anybody. It went straight back into Inter's possession, and they went and come. But every time Inter had to do it, Lukaku was there. And here's a kind of a half a clearance. They come out to Young, first ball in, just brilliant. From nothing. That was knocked across effortlessly almost, and he just gets there. You know, he did that. That's the first time we've seen it. He's done it time and time again. The amount of balls that were just knocked up, and then suddenly all the pressing that the Shakhtar players have done, they all have to run back 60 yards because this guy has got hold of it and laid it off, and it really suited him tonight. The tactics were spot on, as Damien said.
But no, that is by design. You know, Antonio Conte has put together a team and a squad there where he says, we kind of want something for everything. So if teams throw at us and they want to go full press, we've got the outball with Lukaku. Teams sit off us, we've got people like Martinez that can link it up and open defences up. So, I mean, it's fantastic recruitment from Inter and testament to his...
And you mentioned the recruitment. He's used it wisely as well, because you bring in big-name players, Alexis Sanchez, Christian Eriksen. He leaves them on the bench. I mean, you don't get in that team on reputation.
Right, but they've brought in players with a purpose. So he has a vision of how he wants his squad and his team to look. He has a vision of how he wants to play. play, and he would only sign players that fit that vision, or he was signed because he was desperate for Lukaku before he went there, and I think he wanted him at Chelsea and all at one point. You know, I mean, he knows that he suits his system of that 5-3 and the counter-attacking with him up the top of the pitch. So it's brilliant from Inter and it's brilliant from Conte.
Yeah, so the questions are being asked by Shakhtar. Inter have got the answers, but at this stage of the game, Niall, it's still 1-0. And with a half an hour to go, Shakhtar had a chance, and we might be having a very different conversation here if Murray had managed to finish it.
Yeah, it was still tight at this time, and you were wondering, have they got anything? They hadn't penetrated at all. The goalkeeper hasn't had a save to make. Handanovic is having a leisurely time of it. The ball makes its way out wide. Matvienko gets hold of it, puts it in. I'm really surprised that he found the space in between the two centre-halves to do that. But unfortunately for Shakhtar, he jumps up a little bit too high and heads it down into the ground, as opposed to maybe rising a little bit later and powering it up high into the far corner. That was the one that got away. That was it. There was nothing else of note for Shakhtar. And then once the goals started coming, it was game over.
And it's been I guess, a trend in recent nights in European football. We saw it with Manchester City, with Manchester United. You miss one big chance and then down the other end straight away. And D'Ambrosio is not a regular goal scorer, but he took it really well.
He absolutely did. You know, it's from a corner here, and I'm a big fan of this, hitting an area, not trying to put too much pace on the ball and hitting the front man. He just puts it in an area and he gives his players a chance to go and score a goal. But again, the right back gets caught out again. I mean, his neck almost disappears into his shoulders there. He's got no interest in trying to head that. It's poor again from him, and you know, it's a fabulous header from an Inter point of view, but that comes from the ball, hitting the right area and giving your players a chance.
And you were saying to me, David, as a player, you're surprised teams don't play that sort of delivery more often. We often see front post deliveries.
You see, a lot of players are hell-bent on putting pace on the ball. You know, and when you put pace on the ball, you sacrifice accuracy. But Inter there went for accuracy, and they just said, we're going to give our players the best possible chance to get on the end of it, so we're going to hit a certain area. There's not an awful amount of pace on it, there's a lot of height on it, and it lands in the right area, and it gives them a chance.
Yeah, they ran riot then from that stage on. The one thing we were missing was a Lukaku goal. He'd 9 goals in 9 Europa League appearances, and his night was only beginning.
Yeah, but he had looked a bit frustrated.
Sorry, the Martinez goal first.
Yeah,
his second one, apologies.
Martinez gets his second, and it was like as if the party was on and Lukaku was missing out. But poor play again here. As I said, they were probably down on their luck at this point and fed up. But Martinez picks it up, a bit fortuitous to get it, but he didn't need a second invitation, puts it to the side and whips it around Payatov. You know, of their own doing, it's a giveaway from Shakhtar, but look, he doesn't need, it's one quick touch, bang, shot, goalkeeper can't get down in time or can't get out as wide. And that's just, it's really predatory, that's fantastic. And come back to your point about Lukaku, I'm sure he's looking on, so that's 3 and I haven't got one yet. Yeah. So there was a bit of frustration creeping in, because he did have a good chance, if you remember, the goalkeeper made a save literally a minute or two before that. But it was to change for him. Martinez,
who might have had a hat-trick, that lob shot that was saved by the goalkeeper as well. Right, let's get on to Lukaku, because it became a big night for him, Damien. He maybe had to be patient for the chances to come, but then he was ruthless when they did.
Yeah, when you think of how dominant he was against Leverkusen, he was the fulcrum of everything. And need to be patient, and this is what he's absolutely fantastic at. You know, it's big strong player here. Martinez wins the ball here, and what a clever little pass this is. I didn't think this pass was on. I thought the defender had it covered. But he just slips a nice little ball through to Lukaku, and when you're in the kind of form that he is, and you have his goal record this season, you just fancied him to open up his body there on his left foot and slot it past the goalkeeper. But this is a fabulous pass from Martinez. I mean, that's the type of stuff that you're looking for.
They work really well together, you know. You could see the chemistry there. He wasn't looking for his hat-trick there, Martinez. He wanted to play his strike partner. And this is just fighting. Anybody who says, you know, because he got a bit of stick for being overweight at times at Manchester United, said he wasn't quick. Just look at that. That is serious. I think they had sprint challenges in Man United. They timed them all, and he came second to Delat, quicker than them all. You know, Greenwood, Rashford, and there was no stopping him there. That's just
powerful.
That's just like a bully in the playground.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just running through the other kids. I mean, it was frightening to think that he could do that so late in the game.
50 games he's played this season. There's no let up. He's not running out of steam.
No, but he's enjoying himself. I mean, I saw him. He actually speaks great Italian, or at least I think it was. I didn't understand it, but I saw him in an interview. So he's enjoying himself, and he's been asked to play the way that suits him best by a manager who really appreciates him. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, it is well said. He speaks well there, and you can see, David, he's keeping his feet on the ground. He knows there's no need for a massive celebration. There's still work to be done on Friday.
Yeah, it's a nice touch from there, just to pay tribute to Manchester United, you know, and he could have said he was looking forward to a final, maybe won't say revenge, but just maybe a personal satisfaction for him. So, look, he's a super guy. He works ever so hard, and that's why we were a bit upset when he was getting all that criticism at Manchester United, because the system didn't really suit him. But he gets a platform here to show how good he actually is.
Right, so how good is he, Niall, and who's going to win this final? Because I have to say, last night I was very impressed with Sevilla. I thought, they managed that game so well, but I think we've seen a different level tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the organisation of this Inter Milan team is exceptional. So there's everyone to a T, know exactly what's happening at all times. Nobody lets it down. Nobody makes a mistake in that whole setup. So that's the starting point. But the way it pans out for them, and Damien touched on it, the fact that when they're being pressed themselves, that they can always find Lukaku tonight, that gives them a huge advantage. Now, that mightn't play itself out because of the way Sevilla might sit back a little bit. I can't see Sevilla going hell for leather on this one. And it is intriguing as a matchup, but I'll still point out to all the chances that Manchester United created in that match, and it would make you think that with two strikers on form, like Lukaku and Martinez, that the ball must be in their court now to go and score goals against the Sevilla team. And if they do, if they get one, you'd expect them both to score. You'd expect them maybe to get after this 60 goals. I think they need, he himself, Lukaku, needs one more to equal Ronaldo's record, the old Ronaldo,
yes,
who came there in the 90s, I think. And to get 60 between them, look, they probably don't have that target in their mind. He would have had it already had he not given away a couple of penalties to players in insignificant moments at matches earlier on in the year, which kind of shows his team ethos that's in him. But at the same time, I think looking at it team for team, pound for pound, I think their defenders, Sevilla defenders, have more to fear than the Milan defenders have of Sevilla strikers.
Yeah, I think it's one goal that Inter have conceded now in 7 games. So think of the quality of the goals that Sevilla scored last night, maybe more specifically the quality of the defending. They're not going to be given those presents on Friday, surely.
You wouldn't think so. I think Sevilla are a cut above what we saw with Shakhtar tonight in terms of ball retention. They will get players in those little pockets that Inter deny you, where the 3 centre-backs and the 3 centre midfield players. The Brazilian lads tonight for Shakhtar found it difficult to find those pockets. I'm thinking Ever Banega popping up, and that's what you need to do to unsettle them, to ruffle them a little bit, bounce little balls in and out, and then switch the play. I think Ashley Young got done with one diagonal. And that is one way around this 5 at the back. I think Sevilla are a good side. I think it'll be a fantastic game. Again, it's a good matchup, pretty similar tonight, but I think Sevilla are a cut above in terms of ball retention than what Shakhtar Donetsk were tonight.
They won't get that sort of space now.
You wouldn't have thought so. Manchester United were very, I suppose, generous in how they gave up. Like this one here, there's so many United players in the box there, and none of them think about doing the right thing. And the only place they could be hurt was there. Open up your body, see what's behind you. Centre forward didn't even have to work hard to get that goal. You see him now giving out Fernandez, but he's got no excuse in my book. I don't know what he's giving out about. And at the other end, Wan-Bissaka was lazy, sluggish getting back. Williams didn't cover his far post well, and Suso came in and scored a goal. That's not going to happen with Inter Milan. Inter Milan, as I said, they're like a group of clampers who just come together at the same time and get you every time. And ask the team they played against tonight, who'll be licking their wounds, how hard a match was that.
We're talking about the manager a lot, Conte. We're talking about the tactics a lot, maybe even more than we're talking about the individual players. Do you think it's that guile of Conte that maybe is an improvement on what Manchester United have with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Just his record of success, the experience he has. Is that an edge maybe that United don't have?
I'm a big believer that football teams take on personalities of their managers. After over a period of time when you've got one voice continuously talking to you, you do tend to pick it up. And I think this Inter team have a lot of characteristics that Antonio Conte has: combative, argumentative, dog rough, and a winner. And that team seem to have this, It might not be aesthetically pleasing, or it might not be fantastic to watch in terms of when you think of the top teams passing the ball, but they find a way to win games of football, and they have a mentality that comes from their manager. And I think Sevilla will struggle to deal with them on Friday night.